Hi there, this is how to get started with your moving character over terrain. So you can see here, this is a terrain. It's a pretty average terrain. I forget where I got this, like Turbo Squid or something. And it has a ball here, and sometimes I roll the ball after the character because I think that's funny. Um, so there's only two objects in it when you open it, rock and terrain. And so one of the things we have to do is bring our character into this file so that we can animate it. So I'm not sure which character you've been working with. I've been using Dana, but you're welcome to use Eve or any of the other characters or a character that you've been working with. That's all fine and dandy. Um, I will say with Dana, though, she's a bit of a problematic. She's got so much code on her that you can't import her as an FBX. You just have to save it as an MB and then drop her MB file into um, Maya. So I'm going to do that now. I have it, I should show you. I have it over here in a separate file. I'm just going to click on it, drag it, and drop it. And this is an MB file, not an FBX. The FBX has really been screwing up lately. So we're going to go with MB. And then I can grab her little mover thingy here. And remember, this is the part that controls her. And I want her to be a little smaller. You don't have to make her a little smaller. I'd like her to be a little smaller. And then I'm going to start her um, from over here, like right down here below this first ledge. And I'm just going to orient her, and she's got her walk animation on her. I brought in the walk animation so you can see that. Okay, so now she's in place and she's the right size. And I want to set a key on her mover, because what we're going to do now is you're going to select all of her NURBS objects, and you can do that in several different ways, right? If you've created a selection set with me before, you can go to the select, quick select, selection sets, and there's her walk animations. Oh, this is an early on walk. It's not even finished. Anyways, good. Then you can't copy it. And then what you might want to do is copy these and paste it. And I'll do this, copy keys. And then I'll go down, this is on 12 and that's 24. So now I gotta go another 12 from 24, which is 36. Do, 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 do. And and you continue on like that. You can do the idle and the other. And then you set a key here, and then you just make her walk. Now, making her walk for distance takes a little dialing in. Like I don't have a fully realized animation here, and this is all part of your thing. So you're going to have to make her speed work for you. I will say that if you go up here into Windows Animation Graph Editor, you really want to make these things linear, not so they don't. This one has a curve that's spline. We want to make them linear like that, so that she doesn't um, ease into it and ease out of it. We want her to just walk straight away. Now, something that's she's a little hard to see sometimes. Maybe a front view. There we go. Make sure her feet are on the ground. One thing you can do in order to make sure she's walking proper distance is to put a marker. So you can create a cube, bring it up and over and down and over. And you can take that cube and place that right where at her heel is a good spot. I like doing it at her heel. And then that way, you know how far she should move, because her heel, right? So if we select her mover object and we delete this key, then I know that as she gets to the end of her walk cycle, right? We can go, so we go 12, which is half of her walk cycle. And what am I on world? I want to be object mover. And then I can just make sure that her foot is, her back foot is on that mark, right? So she's going forward. And then I can duplicate this, move it forward so that it's on her other foot's front, and then grab my sphere again, or my ring, and then go to the end of my animation, which is 24 frames, and make sure that that foot, the back foot, is there. So theoretically, I should be able to delete this one because this will walk me the right distance. I need to go in and make sure that that these switch back to linear, or that these are linear. Right now they're not. That's why she's sliding a little bit. And if your animation is solid, she should walk those little boxes, and then you just go delete them later on. Of course, you can always figure out, okay, she was in the, it's like that, in the Y, is that? The Z. Okay, so in the Z, she's at 0 here. And here in the Z, she's at 14, say 15. So now you know that every 24 frames, she moves 15 units. So you could, if you were to copy this again, and then, for instance, I can go to, and then paste it in there. I can go to frame 48 and now move this forward to frame 30, because we know it moves 15 units every time she goes through a full cycle of walking. And again, now we can delete this one. And minimal sliding, probably. And so on and so on and so on. So that's a pretty decent guide of how fast she's walking. Honestly, there should be no foot sliding, and if there is, like I said, this isn't a dialed-in animation, and her feet slide a little bit. But if it were dialed in the cycle, in the one cycle that we do, then you wouldn't get any foot sliding going on. Okay, so that's how the homework's going to be done. Of course, if you're using the time editor, you'll do all your animations up there, then bring it in here, and then move her across. When she's running, it's way easier. Walking is very hard to sync up. Standing's, of course, easy. Running's easy. It's the walking part that's usually a problem. So I usually try and walk her in here where it's flat, and then run her over here where it gets all crazy. Maybe some jumps and stuff. If you want to bring in the other characters, like the Eve character, um, you can. She gets brought in the same way. You just can drag and drop her in, and she's over here. And it's you can do the same thing. Make them similar size, and I can stick them next to each other. It's Dana and Eve hanging out on the planet. There you go. Maybe a little smaller. There's some key on there. And like I said, literally you can bring anybody in here and make them walk. So that'll be your homework. Here, let me show you real quick. Animation editors. Here's the time editor. I don't have any animation or characters in here, but for instance, I guess I can do that, drag that in there. And then again, I just dragged an MB file into import from external file. And it should go through and set me up. Dana's a little more difficult because she's got a lot going on. Yep, there it is. There's the Dana walk cycle. Where is she? Oh, it's the jump cycle. So it took the Dana character and applied this animation to it. And it's way easier to do this, that kind of copy stuff, because I can just go copy and paste. And it puts it on a different layer. You can bop it up there, put it on the same layer. I think this is way easier than copying and pasting keys, but whatever you're comfortable with. It's more straightforward to copy and paste keys because you can see what the heck's going on. Now these animations have overridden the ones that were in there before. All right, that's kind of an introduction to what your homework should be. Hopefully with the other videos that I've included, you'll be okay. But this is how you open the rock area here and then import characters to it. And then bring in your animations. And hopefully that'll be good to get you going. Oh, and you can use the time editor if you want. Good luck.